Hi, it's Daphne here with another video about my narcissistic relationship. And what would a narcissistic relationship be without manipulation? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the manipulation tactics that my narcissistic ex used to keep me hanging on while he was planning a future with someone else. He lied, he used future faking, relatives, and even COVID. Stay tuned to hear about it. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have visited my channel before, welcome back. Okay, so this topic covers a lot of information, so I'm going to split it up into two videos. So make sure to be on the lookout for part 2, okay? So to set the stage for this video, think of a magician and how they trick you into believe that they're making objects disappear right before your eyes. But what they use is manipulation to elude your mind and make you think that they have. Well, same thing here with my narcissistic ex. He used manipulation to elude my mind into making me think that we had a future together. Okay? Manipulation, it involves a lot of lying, strategy, and planning. Okay? Now, I want you to put yourself in my shoes for a moment. Just imagine yourself being with someone for a long time and getting through the ups and downs, and you've been nothing but good to this person and you believe you have a future with them. And one night you're having a fabulous evening, but then the very next week, this person married someone that they had been secretly seeing behind your back. Can you imagine that? It happened to me. I cannot describe the magnitude of shock and disbelief that I had, and that my narcissistic ex was even capable of such behavior, and why it was even necessary. Okay, so just keep in mind that narcissists rely on manipulation to get what they want. Okay, so going back just a little bit to the very first act of manipulation. And that was when he asked me to go to Jamaica with him on a trip, okay? And because he offered to cover all the expenses, he thought that we should become a couple. And we did, but the trip never happened. Then there was the love bombing. He used it to hook me and reel me in and just get me right where he wanted me. His behavior validates that. And also remember that love bombing is a manipulation technique associated with narcissism, okay? Now, moving forward to about 4 years into our relationship, and the love bombing stage is over, and my narc ex, he just was not the person that I had fallen in love with. He became emotionally withdrawn, and he would just change like our city's weather does. One day is hot and sunny and the next day cold. Okay. And he also started going out of town frequently. Okay. And then when I brought it to his attention, he manipulated me with a guilt trip, saying that, oh, you have family here in this city. I don't. You get to see your family anytime. Why can't I go see my family? But it wasn't about that. And here is another example of how narcissists deflect and ignore the real issue. Most of the times when he left to go out of town, I didn't even know he was gone until he was already on the road. The lack of notice. And he didn't see anything wrong with that. And so remember also how I told you he would threaten to end the relationship if I questioned suspicious behavior? Well, this was one of those times. Okay, and just to point this out too, threatening to end the relationship was also a manipulation technique used to keep me from questioning his suspicious behavior. Okay, so he would go out of town a lot, and all through the week, we carried on just like a normal couple, doing all the things that couples do. But he was also just giving me just enough and saying just enough to keep me hanging on, because he had to keep up the act to keep me hanging on. Okay. And so around this time, he was staying in an extended stay hotel. And I think this was around the time he met the person that would become wife number 4. And also this is when the manipulation escalated. Okay. He moved into this apartment in a relationship with me and another woman, but he gave me a key to his apartment. I was at his place more than I was at my own. I could come and go at any time. And I believe that key was just to deter my thoughts of him cheating, not with anyone in our city anyway. Okay. So he was still going out of town, but just not as often as he was when he would lived in the extended stay hotel. And there was no indication of him going out of town to see another woman or that another woman was coming to visit him until he started giving me these ridiculous reasons why I couldn't come over. Okay. So one time he told me that the hose came off the washing machine and that it flooded a huge area of the carpet and that maintenance had to come and replace the carpet. Okay, it could happen, but he told me that I should stay home until maintenance gets done replacing the carpet because they were going to be in and out, and I should just stay home until they get finished. But unlike him, I respect boundaries and I trusted him. Okay, way too much. I trusted it way too much. But he also used my own trust against me. He manipulated me with my own trust. And so another time, this was in the summer because I remember it being in the month of July. He told me that he had some unexplained weight loss that he was concerned about. So he went to the doctor. And the doctor told him to refrain from all activity. Even me, he had to document all activity, what he ate, what he did. And this was supposed to last for about 2 weeks, okay? But he couldn't have told the doctor what was really going on, that he was keeping his girlfriend a secret from his fiance, and his fiance a secret from his girlfriend, because the doctor probably would have told him, sir, you need Jesus, counseling, and a therapist. You don't need a stress test. So anyway, he says, hey, D, just give me this time. I'm really concerned about this weight loss. Okay, so I respected how he felt, and again, trusting him. And I told him just do what he needed to do to get better. Okay, and so he told me also that after this study was over that we were going to do this and do this right, talking about our relationship. But it was just false hope just to keep me hanging on, because at this time, he was already in a relationship with someone else. Okay, so during that 2 weeks, we talked and we went to dinner a couple of times. Okay, but then after the study was over, he told me that it was determined that he needed to be more social. It didn't make any sense, but that's what he told me. And so after the 2 weeks, nothing changed. It just went on like it did before the study. And again, like he said, he needed to be more social. Oh, he was being social, all right, juggling 2 women. But anyway, like I said, we picked up where we left off. And just also to this, y'all, if something does not make sense, it is not true. He used that 2-week study as a manipulative lie, just so I believe he could have the other woman come to visit and to keep me away. And also, while COVID was claiming lives, he used it to manipulate me to keep me away again, so that this other woman could come to visit. Because I can recall at least 3 or 4 times when he told me that he was exposed to COVID by someone on the job. Okay, it could happen, but he only said that he was exposed, but he acted like he had it. Oh, I'm so sick, D, don't come over. I don't want to make you sick, and you should just stay away. Yeah, like I said, he acted like he had it. He was only exposed to it, and he never tested positive for it. It was just another way to keep me away. Okay, and he insisted that I stay away. He wouldn't even let me bring him food or anything. All right, and then also, the relative that he was supposedly going out of town to visit came to visit him a few times as well. At least that's what he said. But he told me that while this relative was there, this relative's very religious, and that he didn't want me to be there when this relative came because it wouldn't be a good look. But we were still a couple, whether I was there or not. We were still a couple. So it sounds like, I was just being respectful, respected how he felt about it. And I just gave him and this relative that time. Okay. Again, trusting him way too much. So he proved that narcissistic people cannot be trusted. And if that was true, he was portraying himself to be someone that he was not to this relative. Okay, that's just what narcissists do and how he did me in the beginning of our relationship. Portraying a false image, and that's manipulation as well. And also, if this was true, by this time, this relative had to have known that he had another fiance lined up. And he was right. It wouldn't have been a good look to be have another fiance lined up and then to still be involved with your girlfriend of 6 years. So he was portraying himself to be someone that he was not. Okay, and but I was going to say because his family, not all of them though, I was supposed to not be in the picture anymore. Okay, I was supposed to have been long gone. But yeah, it just, yeah, you see how manipulation, it requires a lot of lying and planning and strategy. Even some types of love bombing is manipulation. So again, be careful. All right, and so um, narcissistic people, they rely on manipulation to get what they want. Okay, and I'm going to end it right here. And like I said, be on the lookout for video 2. Okay, and I hope this video was beneficial to someone. And my narc ex, he used the manipulation tactics to keep me hanging on. So video 2, it's going to be more lies, more manipulation, okay? And also when the signs of another woman started to surface, okay? So feel free to comment and subscribe so that you can be notified when I post video part 2. Okay, and also please share. Most importantly, share, because no one deserves to be mistreated. And I feel like there is a need for us to be on the lookout and protect ourselves and be cautious of people who display many narcissistic characteristics. Okay, so remember, part 2 coming really soon. Thanks for watching, and until next time, good choices and happy thoughts.